around here, and the guys really did a nice job tonight. We didn't change the approach and who played and all that, with a few exceptions, but it was just a really nice effort. Defense did great, and we mixed the run game with the passing game the way we like to, and it just was a nice, solid football game for us. Just the penalties were ridiculous, particularly in the special teams. But I mean, it was a night where a lot of things kind of just worked for us, and I felt really good and had fun doing it, all the way down to Mike's last kick. And I tell Mike, don't let him return this last kick. And so he boomerangs one, and then Aaron Fuller makes just a phenomenal play to keep that ball in bounds. And it was just kind of an accent and an exclamation point to the night. We got a lot of work to do now, and getting ready for the opener, and we'll turn our sights to that as soon as we get to putting the roster together.
Why decide to sit Russ, Bobby, and a bunch of your other starters all preseason?
That was the way we basically approached it for the whole preseason, to make sure that we maximize the opportunity to see the other guys, and not just see them, but knowing that so many of these guys are going to be on our team. We wanted to take them as far as we could, and get them as ready to back up and to support the effort throughout. And so.
Why this year over other years? Why this summer over other summers to do it that way?
I think from stuff that we've learned, last summer, and so I can leave it that succinct.
Was this an important hurdle for D. Eskridge today?
Yes, it was. Yeah, I mean, it is when a guy's never played before and he gets a chance to get out there. He felt great, had fun, liked it. He's really pumped up about moving forward, and he's had a couple really good weeks for us and looked terrific. So there was nothing different about it. He's a good ball player. He's fast and he's quick and explosive, and his hands are really strong and really good. His mentality is really strong about competing and all this. So, man, he looks like the guy we had hoped that we would get when we picked him, and we're thrilled about it this time. He's got a lot of work to do to catch up and to play, first flight football in a real game and all.
I know you need to watch the film to really have an evaluation, but Darrell Taylor just seemed like he took his physicality and his speed off the edge to a different level tonight.
He's been flashy throughout the preseason. He hasn't been able to quite get it together to make some plays that he wants to make, but I thought he really showed again. This is a guy that just missed everything last year, so we just had to just keep playing him and just leave him out there and get him a ton of reps. And like I've said the whole time, he's just had made so much progress this offseason with us, and that was great for him to get celebrate a sack and a half tonight, and he had fun with the guys about that, and so we'll take this next step. I'm really happy for him.
Any more clarity on Trey Brown and his knee?
Clarity, he had a mild sprain. Nothing that warrants any work or any of that kind of stuff. Just a mild sprain. He feels good already. We might have been able to play him, if we had to, but we didn't. And so right now, all of those decisions we would make, to the conservative right now, and not push any of those guys, knowing that we have 2 weeks to get ready. So he'll be ready to go.
Gino didn't get to do much because of the concussion, and this next game, just good to see him out there in the offense.
Oh, it was great to see Gino get to work. Yeah, and to run around a little bit too, and he had a nice night. I think I saw 11 for 15, and had 2 really key scrambles. I thought for sure he was going to score on the one. I got to see the film. I don't know what happened, but that was really important. And I was hoping to get 2 full games like that, and then the third one see what we needed to do. But with him missing the second game, it was I'm really glad he got out there and got to play some ball. And he's had a great camp. He looked so good during the camp. So we just didn't quite get him going in game 1, and before he got whacked. And so it was really important.
Years being that number 2 behind Russell Wilson has meant, getting to do nothing during the seasons. What you see that maybe fans don't about Gino, just the kind of player he is.
Yeah, good. Gino is a terrific team player. He's got such a personality and attitude about playing the supporting role that this position calls for when you're playing behind a great player. And every day he battles. It matters to him how he competes in practice every day. He always has a great attitude. He's very helpful and communicative with Russ. They really hit it off, and they've kind of grown together, and they're really important as they evaluate the process and helps them on the sidelines and in the locker room and all that kind of stuff. They just have a great conversation ongoing, and so he's got great value. He has a great arm. He's a great thrower, and he's a good athlete. He's a really good ball player, and we're lucky to have him on our team. You know, I feel bad for him always that he doesn't get to play more, but it's been hard to get on the field when Russ is, you know, doing what he does. So, but we're very lucky to have him.
What did you think of Radigan tonight, and what have you seen from
Man, I was fired up about John. This was a guy that, you know, did a lot of cool things when he was well and healthy with us, you know, building up. And then he just had this long, you know, muscle thing he had to get through. It just took way longer than we wanted to. But, gosh, I thought he played really nice tonight. I mean, that's the guy who did flash at me in special teams as well. It was really important for John to show us something, and I was really happy for him.
Make of Alex Collins tonight, and maybe.
I thought he played really well. I thought he looked explosive and you know, he's got the great feet that he has. You know, we all know that whatever that dance thing that he does, he's got some unbelievable moves. But his feet are remarkable. And you know, you see too that he's an experienced player. You know, he knows when he gets in those situations, he finds his way to navigate to the positive. And he's been doing it his whole life. You know, he's been a highly productive player in college. I don't mind telling you that, you know, there's only one other guy that had 3,000 yards seasons in the SEC. You know, Herschel Walker was the other guy. So I love giving him that credit because that's an amazing accomplishment, you know. So anyway, played really good.
Does he look different now than he did when you first had him?
Yeah. Yes. Yeah, he has looked different. His body sculpture is different, you know, and the way he's conditioned and shaped himself is much different than he was. He was trying to be big and thought he needed to be big to be in the league, and at least that's what it looked like. And so he's turned it around.
He had 5 catches tonight. How important is it, not just for him, but for your entire running back core, the pass catching aspect?
Yeah, I think he had 7. Matter of fact, the numbers I had were 7, which is a huge. Not to correct the media, of course, but. It's hugely important to be available, you know, and the more things that you can do, then the better it is for us when we put a guy in the game. If a guy can only block, or he can only run, or he can only catch, you know, then you get taken advantage of. And I thought Josh Johnson did a really nice job tonight too, catching the ball, and so it looked all of our guys can do that. Yeah, one of the things that has happened too is Homer's coming back. Travis had a great prep this week, and in the next couple of weeks, he makes his bid too. You know, so we should be getting stronger. Again, we made it out without anybody getting banged up tonight, which is hugely important, and so grateful for that for everybody. And so we'll move ahead here with a pretty full group, you know, coming back.
What's going on with DJ?
He had a groin thing, and then he in pass rush 2 days ago he tweaked something a little bit different. Showed up on MRI. It was slight, but it was enough. And what he felt, you know, was enough to keep him out of the game. So unfortunately, he didn't get a chance to play. We really didn't get to see much of him.
Do you know how long that might take to get him back?
It should be a week or so, you know, and because it isn't a major injury at all. It's just, but what he felt showed up, and we saw it, and so we just have to take care of him.
Have you seen enough from him that you know where he might fit, or you didn't see him?
We'll have to wait and see. Talk about that. I don't know.
Did Nick Bellore do enough to nail down the starting line?
Nick Bellore, leading tackler in the game tonight. How about that? Dang. I think he had 6 tackles tonight. Nick's amazed me. He's had such a great surge in his career since he's been with us. All of the best stuff that he's ever done, it seems to me, has come out in the last couple of years. Shoot, he's in the frickin' Pro Bowl. So he kind of doesn't surprise you with it. He did something again. He was really good on defense for us in a couple games here, and you know, we forgot about his linebacker play. We knew he did, and he had played there, but we didn't really give him a chance. We always were playing him on the other side of the ball, and so now he's one of those all-time NFL two-way performers now. So
His transition to defense give you an opportunity to have 5 running backs?
I don't know if specifically that's what's going to happen. I don't know that. We'll see. But he's given us all the flexibility he could ever want. He can play both sides of the ball. I thought Josh played really well, you know, and I got a chance to watch Josh extensively before he got to us, and he looks the best that he's looked since since I've seen him, and very aggressive kid, been really a good practice player for us, and really consistent, and he's carried to the games. He's been very aggressive.
Is DJ Dallas okay, or was he just held out?
Yeah, he had a little something that was just nagging him a little bit. He was dying to play tonight. I told him 3 different times, no, you don't get to play. He was dying to get out there, but he's had a pretty good camp now. He's had a very clear statement that he's made, that he belongs.
A lot of decisions to be made over the next few days. I'm sure it comes down to individual positions, looking at different things. But are there overarching things that you were hoping to see from players tonight that would help you make the decision?
There were really a lot of specific concerns, like you said first. That's really what this was. I mean, yeah, I wanted to see us play really good defense for the whole night, and I want to see us run the football, and I want to see those things and protect the quarterback. Those are the big things that we wanted to see, and see if the young guys could get better. They've been busting their tails to do it, and I'm glad that they got rewarded with a real good performance. But it's more, the focus is really on the specific guy that's fitting into the roster and has a chance to do this and do that and all that. So, a lot of these guys are going to be on this team. A ton of these guys, I'm sure I've said a number of times, the 16-man practice squad is a tremendous move for the league, in my opinion, and we'll try to take full advantage of what that allows, and the veteran players that can be on that as well. It's just so much better for your club and for the health of your team, and the flexibility. There's another way to kind of have fun and compete, with your roster and all that. So, a bunch of these guys, they've made great statements to be part of it.
That was Marquise Blair's first game action since our
Yeah,
It took right off the bat to get
right off the bat. He got active and did some stuff. And you're thinking of the touchdown play. That was terrific. But also, like, the first run play that he had a shot at, he just blasted in the backfield and went after him and showed the kind of mentality and instincts that he's shown us before. So he came out of the game great, and we got him enough plays to get him started, and he'll have 2 weeks to get ready for the opener. And so, we're thrilled that he was able to come back and do that. So, excuse me, but that's the point that we're making, that some guys had a chance to validate, kind of what we had been thinking, and that had maybe not had that opportunity before. So it was really important for specific guys to get on the field and do a nice job and all that.
Do you have any better sense for how Colby Parkinson's progressing back from his issue?
Oh man, he's trying. He's making a bid for it. He's on ground running this week for the first time. He's been on all the equipment and stuff, the Ultra G and all that kind of stuff, making really good progress. He's been really hopeful about it. So we're going to keep our fingers crossed that he has a chance to get back and compete to be on the team.
Quandre went through pregame.
Excuse me?
Quandre went through pregame warm-ups tonight. Do you anticipate him actually participating in practice next week?
We'll see. We'll talk about it. And we've had great conversations, and it's important that we were able to really address the where he is and where he's coming from, and I got a chance to hear him out and all of that, and I think the world of this guy. He's an amazing competitor, tough as hell in every way, and really I can't imagine not playing with him.
Cedric and Ethan, are they both okay?
Cedric and Ethan. Okay, totally different situations where both guys practiced this week, and we just thought it would be better if we didn't, expose them, so that now we got them, to compete for the opener. So it's unfortunate for both those guys, because both those guys were in really markedly obvious head-to-head competitions, and I was really kind of had fun with giving those guys the chance to battle, and neither one of them had the chance to really make their statement for on the field, and they're different. Ethan's played a lot of football for us, and we know how he plays. Cedric didn't get as much of an opportunity, but still, I can't tell you how what's going on with that right now. I don't have to, but I feel bad for those guys, because it was really going to be cool to watch it happen and watch it unfold, and so Kyle's done a nice job, and Bichelle did a really good job again throughout all of the work that he's done. So we're in good shape right now, depth-wise, with those guys still ready to battle. And I'm not saying anything's over. We'll see what happens.
All right, thank you.
See ya.
How was being out there for first game action player?
Oh, it's a blessing. It's definitely been a hard process these past couple of weeks, but this was a light. I finally got to get back on the field with my teammates. It felt great.
The fly sweep you ran, is that something you expect to be doing a lot this season?
Indeed. That's my specialty.
You did that a lot in college, right?
Most definitely.
is, now that you're playing, how different is it from the workouts and the going through the Zoom calls and learning the installation of the playbook now that you're playing? Is it clicking for you more quickly, or what's the difference between actually playing versus learning all that time?
Yeah, it's definitely better. The way that I learn is actually going in there and making mistakes and actually fixing my mistakes. So it's finally good that I'm able to face that mental process now, being able to go out there and do it, think fast on my feet, and be able to react to what's going on. So it's definitely a better learning curve.
D, what does it take to be good at the fly sweep stuff?
Good, I don't know. Great, run fast like me.
In a game like this, is a situation where the coaches are obviously going to limit you. It's your first time out there, but are you kind of pushing to try to get more? Would you like to have been out there even longer?
Yeah, it was definitely fun being out there with my teammates today. So I definitely would have liked to get more, but it's all about being smart and it's all about timing, because it's a big game because every game is big, but at the same time we have other things we're focused on at the moment.
How are you feeling physically, obviously missing a few weeks there? You feel like the toe, are you close to 100% at this point?
I would say so.
Anything else? Thanks, Steve.
Appreciate it.
This way, D.
Hello, everybody.
How you doing, Alex?
I'm great. How are you guys?
Good.
You were a busy man tonight. How'd that feel?
It felt great. Getting out there, running around with my teammates, out there having fun, executing, coming out with the win. That's what it's all about.
How are you different now than you in your first stint with the Seahawks?
Just definitely mentally, a lot of experience, from the rookie year until now, just being around a lot of vets, learning a lot of routines, and just getting the hang of the game, the speed of the game, and my job specifically, and trying to, teach the younger guys that just executing and just knowing where I'm supposed to be and making the most out of every opportunity.
You had 7 catches. How big a part of your game do you think pass catching could be? They want you to do that.
I think it could be a huge part, and that's something I feel is big. Being able to catch the ball out of the backfield and being more dynamic, and that separates us as running backs because I feel like in the passing game, the running back position is slept on, and we could make a big impact. So being able that they use us in that aspect, I definitely feel like it, gives us that more dynamic feel and allows us to make a lot more plays.
The experiences you've had now the second time back here, can you try to even put into words how you fit to this offense now compared to 2016?
It's hard to put it in words. I feel like Shane's come in and put together a great system, and everybody's on the same page, and just over practice and all the hard work and efforts and the execution, you could just see great things to expect from the offense this season. And I felt like this game was a great example of that. All of the guys working together, and just me thinking about the ones Rustum getting out there and then adding to that flair, DK them coming out and bringing that dynamic to the offense as well will really, open everything up and really show what we're capable of. So I love it.
Looks like you broke some ankles out there. How gratifying was that?
It's definitely gratifying. Just the feel of it. I know my teammates get fired up. I hear them on the sideline, sweet feet. But I definitely, I tell them, hey, come do some Irish dancing with me. You could do it all together. But it's definitely a good feeling just going out there and making plays like that and getting everybody fired up on the sideline.
Did you ditch the Irish dancing for your end?
Not at all. I wanted to, but, I like celebrate with my teammates as well. So just feeling the energy, everybody's coming off the sidelines is definitely, but the Irish dance is not dead.
As a running back, you talked about pass catching, but how important is it to be able to go to the outside and on the inside?
That's definitely important because it'll make us one-dimensional and easier to stop. So being able to work outside, inside, coming out of the backfield, catching it, they have to expect them game plan for everything, and it'll just make us that more, harder to stop because we can go anywhere with the ball, and I feel like it helps a lot being able to do that.
Alex, I know you had some good seasons in Baltimore, but is this the best you felt in your career?
Definitely. Clear-minded is the word I would use. I felt, leaving here, going to Baltimore was just like, something to prove. I wanted to prove myself. And then, like, over the years, it's bigger than that now. It's more about just being the best I can be and taking advantage of every opportunity. So just a different mindset, I would say, being here now after all the years.
Are you trimmer?
I am. I definitely slimmed down since the first time I was here. I I was like 215, 220 here. Went to Baltimore. I got down to like maybe 194, and right now, being at 210, it feels like a good fit for me.
What was the thought behind losing that weight?
I just really looked at my game. I compared myself from my college to when I was my rookie year here, and I was still making plays. I still was breaking tackles, but I just felt like the explosiveness and like finishing the runs wasn't there. So I just took it upon myself to really try to add to my game, and losing the weight allowed me to be a lot more quicker in and out of my cuts, getting to the holes a lot faster, because, the speed of the game changed. So I had to adjust to that. So it definitely added to the dynamic of being able to get to the holes a lot quicker and bursting through there with the physicality.
You saw so many different types of plays called for you tonight. What have you done to make sure you're ready for whatever they're going to throw at you to ask you to do?
Our running back group we're very tight-knit, and I feel like that's what keeps us ready because, over the week, we test each other a lot in practice. We always push each other and quiz each other, so we know our responsibilities, know where we're supposed to be. After every series, we come to the sideline as a group. We talk about what we're seeing, or I'm asking the other running backs, like, hey, what'd you see there? Did I miss a hole? And then it's just like the next time we're out there, it's like I take all that in and I'm using that next thing, and it's just vice versa for all the other guys. So it definitely helps that tight-knit group. Thank you, guys. Hope you guys have a great night.
Thank you. Had a couple close calls the first few games getting to the quarterback. How'd it feel to finally get that first sack?
Oh, yeah. It felt good, man. I can't complain. It feel real good. I can't wait till it's the real thing, though. Yeah.
What's it like having Poona Ford come up? You guys jumped together. It looked like you got knocked back a few feet. What's that like?
No, it feel good, man. You just celebrating with your teammates, so it just feel good to have them guys acknowledge you.
Did you feel like there was some rust you had to knock off those first couple games, having not played last year?
Oh, yeah, no doubt. I definitely had to knock the rust off. It's been a year, 7 months? So I definitely had to knock the rust off and getting back to it, and it felt good to get after the quarterback today.
How close do you feel like to being full-on ready to go after everything last year and the little rust knocking off is?
Oh, yeah, I'm good now. I feel good. I feel ready, and I can't wait for our first game, for sure.
How's the adaptation to the linebacker spot been for you and getting up to speed with that and handling both of those roles through camp so far?
There's not been that much of a change because, the sandbacker still plays on the edge. Just adding the coverage aspect to it, it's been really good learning it. It's been challenging. So I think it's definitely our coaches have been helping me, and, other players have been helping me stepping in, just pitching in whenever they can. And, I've been getting better each week.
You just said getting better each week. With the time you missed, just how important has each one of these preseason games been to getting you ready?
Oh, yeah, they definitely important to my success, just getting out there, getting some real reps, not just practice. So it feels really good to get those reps and be in on the preseason and play those games and get that time to simulate what it's going to be like during the season.
When you looked back at the film, the first couple preseason games, what really jumped out to you thinking, these are areas I really need to work right now to get better at?
Just working on my rush angles when I'm rushing the passer, and then, you know, covering the flat routes out of the backfield, or whether they're coming from the other side of the field, or, you know, a tight end just right in front of me. So just getting better at those little things, and I think that's definitely going to help me. I improved over as the preseason went on.
Have you ever asked to work one-on-one with any other teammates to work on any of those?
Oh, yeah, definitely. I work with DJ Dallas sometimes after practice, you know, just to work on my flat routes, covering the flat and everything, anything's coming to the flat. So, yeah, I definitely been working with teammates after practice, and, you know, they've been helping me out a lot.
Cliff Averill shouted you out for that sack. He's a guy I know that's worked with a lot of young pass rushers. What does having a veteran like that in your corner kind of do?
Oh, man, that's everything. You know, he was a guy here. So when you get a shout out from that guy, you know, man, all you can do is feel like you're being praised. So I definitely appreciate it, you know, and I haven't got a chance to work with him yet, but, you know, whenever the time comes, I will. I can't wait. So.
Anything else, guys?
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.